Have you ever wondered whether your code is running in a serial or concurrent manner? It can be a bit confusing, especially when dealing with NS-managed object context. If you're curious about the concurrency type of NS private queue concurrency type, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into this topic to clarify things for you. I totally get it. It can be frustrating when you're trying to optimize your app's performance, and questions about concurrency pop up. You're not alone in this. Many developers face similar dilemmas when working with core data. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, is NS managed object context with NS private queue concurrency type serial or concurrent? If I call perform block with a long-running task, will other calls to that context be blocked until the first one finishes? Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. To understand this, we need to clarify how NS private queue concurrency type works. When you use this concurrency type, it operates on a private queue, which means it can handle tasks concurrently. However, each perform block call is executed in the order it was added to the queue. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a crucial tip that can help you manage your core data contexts more effectively. To address the user's question, we first need to clarify the behavior of the NS private queue concurrency type. This concurrency type is designed to operate on a private queue, which means it can handle tasks asynchronously. When the user calls perform block on a managed object context with this concurrency type, the block of code provided will execute on the private queue. This means that it will not block the main thread. However, it's important to note that while one block is executing, other calls to perform block on the same managed object context will be queued. This means they will wait until the first block finishes executing. In summary, the NS private queue concurrency type allows for concurrent execution of tasks, but within the same context, tasks will be executed serially. This ensures data integrity while still allowing for asynchronous operations. Fun fact, did you know that the concept of concurrency dates back to the early days of computing? It's fascinating how far we've come in managing tasks efficiently. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. According to another user, the NS private queue concurrency type is a serial queue. They reference Apple documentation to support this claim. To illustrate, they suggest running a code example that shows how tasks are executed serially. Let's move forward and look at another answer. This user believes that the NS private queue concurrency type is not documented as either serial or concurrent. They explain that core data is generally not thread safe, and the methods perform block and wait are designed to handle this by ensuring all core data operations occur on a single queue. Therefore, they would be surprised if it were a concurrent queue, as the main goal is to avoid concurrency issues. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. One user shares their experience with NS private queue concurrency type, stating that it operates in a serial manner. They mention that all access to the context must go through perform block and wait methods. This ensures that operations are executed in order, with only one operation happening at a time. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. According to another user, an NS managed object context with NS private queue concurrency type operates on a serial queue. This means that when you use perform block and wait, tasks will execute one at a time in the order they are added. The term private queue indicates that it functions as a serial queue, as confirmed by Apple's documentation. The user also verified this behavior through debugging, ensuring that subsequent calls to perform block will be blocked until the first task completes. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. This user clarifies that NS main queue concurrency type operates on the main queue, which is serial. This means that tasks executed on the main queue run one after the other on the main thread. Here's that crucial tip I promised. Always test your core data operations under load. This will help you understand how your app behaves with multiple concurrent tasks and ensure a smooth user experience. And there you have it. Now you know that NS Managed Object Context with NS Private Queue Concurrency Type operates in a serialized manner for perform block calls. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more insights, and remember to keep experimenting with your code.